I'll wait for a couple more people to get on. If everyone could please give me a thumbs up to let me know that you can hear me. Like, very nervous about doing this. Okay. I'm doing it live just because I don't feel like editing. Comments are turned off. Monetization is on. Okay. Oops. So, this is to my mother because I know that she watches my YouTube channel, and I didn't want to go public with this, but I have to. I don't know where you are, so I assume you're somewhere in Arizona. Please don't call me and don't email me. Do it through Burke, or just do what you should be doing. So, a couple of things. Back in 2000, I wrote it down, 2007, Burke had an accident at the YMCA, their negligence, and I sued the YMCA. And I have all the documentation right here on my computer. We got $17,000. I think $3,000 needed to go to the attorney. The rest, I swore in front of a judge that I would put it into an account for my son. I had power of attorney because he was 7. And I then took that money and handed it over to you, my money manager, because the more money that we had in the family account, the more interest we could draw off of that money. That helped me live, and obviously helped you live as well. You all, from the sale of your house on blank road, close to $1 million, 800 and something thousand paid off. That plus money that I did give you from the sale of my house, plus inheritance from my father, for me, and for Burke, for school. Now, you gave me a credit card so that I could use that credit card monthly for groceries and incidentals, and yes, you helped me a lot. Let's forget about my part of what my father left me. I don't even care about the money. Burke is in school. He cannot register for spring classes until he pays the outstanding balance for this semester. Basically, his school is $14,000 a semester, okay? We have all the financial aid that we can possibly get. He works 2 jobs, and I work. Regardless, if I spend money on, I'm just talking to other people right now, if I spend money on whatever you fucking think I'm spending money on, a tattoo, pair of sneakers, okay, it doesn't matter. And I'm not asking for money from anybody, including my mother. That's not her money. So I handed that over to her back in 2009. It took 2 years for us to sue them. Now, you recently, Mom, saw that I opened a GoFundMe for Burke, which we only raised $500, which basically paid for his bedding and his parking and things like that. And you wrote me because you saw the video. And here's what my mother wrote me. Sent from her iPad. Okay. Subject line, college for my son. Dear Lori and Burke, I am sorry that you are in a position where you have had to ask your followers for the last $14,000 to send your son to college. First of all, it's one semester. Let me help! Exclamation point. First thing I will do is write to the college explaining the predicament. I will beg them for a loan in my name for him to be paid off by me in monthly installments. We will extend the loan and payments until he has graduated. I thought you said you were refused a loan. Well, I will take that amount onto my loan. It will just be payback from me for the father's money I've spent. Between banks and the school, you will get what you need. If I need some signatures and documentation for these loans, I will let you know. I have also arranged to make small payments to the collection agency and will proceed to find myself an apartment. Because she didn't pay her rent for a year. So she owes $32,000 and can't get an apartment because hasn't paid that. I was thinking of going to Tempe to find a condo with an extra bedroom and bath for you and a garage for my car or my boy's truck. You have no right to call him your boy anymore after what you've done or haven't done. I understand what you are trying to do for me and I see the light. I miss Pom Pom. How is she doing? I keep hallucinating that she is by my side. I hope I have put your mind at rest. The best is yet to come. Written to me on August 17th, 2020. I did not respond. I have not heard anything from her. First of all, Mom, colleges don't give loans. So forget about that. We are going to apply for scholarships for the 21-22 season. But for right now, he cannot register for spring classes because he owes $14,000. And it keeps going up. So right now he actually is in arrears $5,000, and then by October 25th, if we don't pay the $5,000, it's $7,000. So let me help. First thing I will do is write the college explain the predicament. What is the predicament? The predicament is, hold on, I screenshot another letter that you wrote me. Okay. Well, this is from my uncle back in 2011 when my father passed away. Just to let you know, he says, and I'm not going to say the name of my stepsister, blank, got a distribution for the first money in the mail last week. You should call, and then he says the name of the attorney, to find out where yours is. I don't know if it is just being held up because of the name change from my married name to Langer. The first papers used your married name, and my stepsister's uncle is apparently away on vacation for a month and has to re-sign the papers in which he resigned as trustee. So my father had made my uncle and my stepsister's uncle trustees of this annuity. If I were you, I'd call the attorney to find out what is happening with the money for the blank annuity. That's the part where the money goes to you and Burke separately. The rest of the pooled trust will take a while to divide since we're going to have to pay 2011 tax on the blank annuity, which wasn't sold until 2011. When that money was dispersed, a portion was given to me, and then there was a portion given to Burke. And I gave it to my mother to put in the pool. Now, granted, yeah, we went on cruises afterwards, and now she's saying that I don't get that because, you know, she's paid for things for me, whatever. But Burke's was supposed to go into a special account Let me find that screenshot that my mother wrote me on her birthday of this year, 2/24/20. That money for Burke from my father, which I believe was $30,000, was supposed to go into a special account for him for school, just for school. Okay, so I handed it over to my mother. Now, why did I do this? I mean, my mother was like my best friend. I trusted her with all of this, and it did help. It helped our financial situation because, like I said, and like she had said, you have that capital, it yields more interest the more capital that you have. And I'm not going to beat myself over the head for having given that money to my mother, who I trusted. I'm just not, okay? So this is why I turned comments off. I don't want to hear all garbage of people saying, do this, do that, whatever. If you really feel like you have a solution, you can email me and tell me what you think the solution is. Not for Burke now to go into the army or to maybe take a gap year or all these other ridiculous things. No, he is in school. She needs to step up, take a loan. I don't care, Mom, where you are, what you're doing. You can pay the school directly. You know where he goes. You can contact him. He will give you his account. They don't care where the money is coming from. They just want the money. You need to pay the money. So my mother writes me and says, Lore, I thought it would be easiest on a relationship if I emailed you information about the monies that you refer to when we speak. That way we do not interrupt each other or get our thoughts expressed in a heated manner. As for the sum of $11,000 that Burke received from the YMCA, I threw that number in the air because that's what originally I think the YMCA came back with. But we got 17,000, Mom, not 11, 17,000 of which we paid 3,000, no more than that, for the attorney. There is a cap because the YMCA is a nonprofit, I believe, or whatever. There's a cap, so we couldn't sue in the 20,000s, but we didn't get 11,000. We got 17, and 3,000 was paid to the lawyer. So you're coming up with this $11,000 because that's the number that I remembered, and I fought with the YMCA through my lawyer to up the money as much as we could because I am the master negotiator. And he broke 4 fingers in 2 places with compound fractures. He literally, he was 7 and he was tiny and a table fell on his hand. He had compound fractures, which means it was cut 2 places, 4 fingers down to the bone, and broke all those fingers. His hand turned black. He was a knitter at the time. He was in, was he in first grade or second grade? First grade, I believe. First grade. Stitches, scars. Okay, he could have lost his fingers when I think about it, like, whatever. So she says, as for the sum of the $11,000 that Burke received from the YMCA due to his accident for which they were responsible, you asked me to... See, my mother knows how to word this so that I can't take her to court. You asked me to put it in an investment account designated for Burke. On the advice, this is all bullshit, by the way. My mother says whatever she needs to say. She's a very smart, conniving woman. On the advice of investment counselors, I opened a UTMA account in his name, which could not be touched because it is an education account only and can only be used for future education costs for Burke. It was invested into various funds, which hopefully would grow. Recently, it came to my attention that when the time came for Burke to seek scholarship and educational loans, any money given to him by school, state, or other means would first deduct said amount from the UTMA account. Had I been advised of this, I never would have set up such an account, since your family's financial situation is going to rely heavily, if not wholly, on scholarships and loans. I've been denied loans, so. And I doubt Gilmore can get a loan, and I think Burke's been denied loans. Under these circumstances, I have closed this account and transferred the funds into my personal account, which will be given to Burke after he receives any scholarships and loans. Because I do not want to do anything that is not in keeping with the rules and regulations on these types of accounts. If transferring accounts infers this, then the $11,000 will be given to him as it relates to all other school costs. And also, any and all taxes and fees or penalties will be paid if necessary. So there cannot be any further discussion of this $11,000 until Burke is settled into his new college 2 years from now. The money is in lockdown, as they say, Mom. 227 people on please give me thumbs up, so at least I can make a teeny bit of money from this video that I have to tell everybody my personal life, because I'm trying to reach my mother. I cannot call her. She will say whatever she needs to say. Hi. The voice will be very, very high. I have no idea where she is. She needs, Mom, if you're watching, and I don't know, you need to call the school, you need to call Burke, you need to text him, you need to email him. Once it is all done, I will take down this video. But I need to publicly, quote unquote, shame you, because this should not be happening. How can you do this to Burke? How can you do this to your grandson? And then you call him my boy? He's not your boy. You have ruined my relationship. Forget about me. You've ruined your relationship with Burke. You need to do the right thing. You were given money by me. I don't even know how to go about. Who wants to sue their mother? I don't even know how to go about doing it. I don't have the funds to do it. I can't, I don't know where she is. I don't know where she lives. If she lived in Massachusetts, I'd have to go to Massachusetts. This could take years. I'm not asking for $30,000 or $100,000. I'm asking for, let's just say, so that we can breathe easy. I'm going to apply for or he's going to apply for scholarships for 21-20 school year, but for now we need the money for fall semester and spring semester, or else he won't be able to go to school. And there's no reason. 245 people, 55 thumbs up. Okay, whatever. You know the school he goes to. Call Burke, get the telephone number for financial aid. Call Burke, he will give you because my mother won't even send. How convenient, all of a sudden, she won't even send a gift, like an Apple Watch or money or anything in the mail, because she doesn't trust the mail anymore. So that's very convenient. And then when she came here, she was going to give me $1,000 and Burke $1,000, and none of that materialized. That should have been in your hand right away. Where is it? I know you're not rich anymore. Did you spend it all? You can, if you spent it all, I don't care. You need to take a loan somehow. I don't know, sell your car, take the money and pay for Burke's school, because I gave you that money from my father and from the YMCA. And I shouldn't be having to even go through this. Burke is stressed out. He has 2 jobs and full-time school. You went to undergraduate school. You got your master's. Your parents worked, Grandpa worked 3 jobs, Grandma worked 2 jobs to send you, Bobby and Murray, to school. They never would have done something like this to their grandson or me. How can you do this to Burke? Forget about me. Whatever issues you have, forget about me. You have to go and pay whatever you can. You have to take a loan on credit cards. You flew here first class. You stayed for a month in California twice at the Monarch. No, what was the other one? The Monarch or begins with an M. Thousands and thousands. And then you say that at 81 years old, you have the right to do that. You're going to do that. That's fine, but not at the expense of Burke's college. And even when you were here, you sat here and you said, I'm not taking a loan. What about his father? Well, what about his father? His father's not stepping up or can't. And I can't. I've done everything I can. We shouldn't have to. The money was left for that specific reason. You even said it in your latest video, the money that I gave you. I have everything recorded with my phone when you sat here. I have documentation. I can call the attorney that I used for the YMCA. I can call the attorney that my uncle and father used for his estate. And I can call Brookline Bank and show around these dates the lump sums that were transferred into your account. So this is my plea, that you do this, do the right thing, figure out a way for Burke. He only has 2 years, and already the college experience is, with the virus and everything, is not. This is his one and only time. And I don't trust you. You didn't come to his high school graduation the day before. You texted me saying you didn't feel well. So I guess, I don't know, do you not care? I can't believe you don't care. How can you not care about that baby that supposedly you loved so much? And through all this, I still love you. I still love you. I still love you.